live now, right? Yeah, I'm live. Just gonna double check, guys, what is going up? YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Periscope, and everyone else. I'm just gonna make sure I can hop in the chat right here. Okay, got my questions ready to go. Sure, I prepped this stuff before even everything else. I'm gonna go live on Instagram right now while I let you guys get ready. What is going on, everyone? What up, Sunny Tay? Appreciate you hopping on. Where's my coffee? Oh, it's right here. I'm running out of coffee. How's your Sunday so far, Sunny? Sunny Tay, or is it T? Let me know if I'm getting that right. What's going on Instagram? So, welcome to Q&A Sunday. The second episode, I'm literally kind of shook right now because I was just watching Don't Fuck With Cats or something like that, the documentary, and I'm like, it is crazy how intense that whole thing was. I thought it was people just looking for this person that killed cats on the internet, but it just became a whole serial killer thing. That was a documentary. I'm like, holy shit, this thing was it's like a document. It was really watching a slasher film. It was kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So trying to get my head wrapped around that, but yeah, this is Q&A Sunday. You're gonna see me look in different directions. So if you see me look here, I'm looking at Instagram. If you see me look at YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, everything else, and if I'm looking up here, it's because I'm looking at my proper main cam, because I'm also filming this for YouTube. I forgot something else I need to pull up before I get into the questions, but yeah, type down below how your Sunday's going, or where you're coming from, actually. Let's see. I like a specific way I wanted to do this, to be honest, which is why I'm pulling it up right now, to make sure that I cover all my bases, because I do get excited doing these things, and I want to make sure that I'm not rushing through my process because I'm overexcited. So sorry for the quick delay. I forgot to prep that. Where is it? This is the format. Man, okay. This is what happens when I just rushed into it. What happens? No. Not the SOP. Oh yeah, I didn't title it properly. Alright, cool. So, now I'm going to get on into the format. So, just quick update from Sunny on YouTube. Had an epiphany and wanted to pursue dance professionally. That's really, really friggin' amazing. That's a big step to pursue that. Let me know where you're at. Are you based out in LA? So best of luck to you. Let me know how I can support you. So 123 Fresh on Instagram. Appreciate you hopping on. Okay, so I'm gonna hop into my format. So welcome to the Move Groove Grow podcast, or if you're watching this on Emerald TV, it's a live Q&A. So if it's your first time seeing me, I'm a professional dancer and entrepreneur. Today I'm going to be answering questions on dance, social media, and a couple personal development questions. Might have to cut it a little bit short today because I actually have a dance company meeting that I have to go to within the next hour or so. I've got to get ready for that. And some of these questions I've already answered, but more like one-on-one. Through DMs or private messages on Facebook or through the comment section. So I wanted to a lot of these questions I've gotten, I've really just listed it up on my kind of an Excel sheet, and just wanted to answer it for you guys in a kind of live Q&A format, and two, kind of also create a separate video for it that I can share on YouTube that you guys can always reference to, which is why I'm on this right here. This is my tripod. I'm also filming it for that. So, which is why you see me looking at different directions. Okay, so we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. So if you got any questions, feel free to drop it down in the chat wherever you are, and I'll do my best to answer it along with the questions I already have planned out. So before I get started, If you like stuff like this where I answer your questions, or even if you want to check out some of the other tutorials that I've made, make sure you check out the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share with friends, all that stuff. If not, cool. And if you like the content where I'm sharing more, mindset, personal development stuff, a lot of stuff you see on Instagram, on YouTube, make sure you check out the Move, Groove, Grow podcast. So the first round of questions are going to be centered around dance, since that's what a lot of you guys, are pretty familiar with me. So I'm going to start off with those and, see if you guys got any questions. Okay, I might limit it to like 2 questions per section, to be honest, because I know I can get some of these answers actually got pretty long-winded towards the end last week. So let's go. Where's my dance questions at? Dated for this week. Okay, I think these questions are pretty light, so let's get right into it. So the first question is, just freestyling to random songs daily help you improve your dancing skills? Short answer is yes. Excuse me. To kind of expand on that is freestyling. It's like, the way I look at it is almost like exercising. Like, the more you do a certain workout, the more your body adjusts to it, or the more you practice a certain language, the more fluent you get at it. So I think allowing yourself to freestyle daily allows you to explore your movement in more ways than one, aside from just class. I mean, taking dance classes are helpful in my opinion, because you're learning another way, how another person thinks and how they approach the music and how they approach movement. Freestyling every day allows you to discover your own way of doing it. The setback I think that you need to be aware of when you're freestyling every day is that you want to avoid getting into, I would say, like, comfort moves, where you just repeat the certain moves all the time. If you guys watch any of my freestyle videos, I do a certain set of moves. I always do these weird hand things on to the side of my body whenever I freestyle, so I'm trying to break out of that. So what helps with breaking out of like repeating your moves when you're freestyling daily is think of concepts, like the ABC concept on my YouTube channel is an easy one. Try to become an object. That's one way you can approach concepts in your freestyling. Just think of ways to break out of the box and avoid repetition when you're doing freestyling. Not just that, listen to a variety of music, I think, is going to also help with your freestyling, not just getting caught up with the same genre. Listen to music you might not be a fan of, because in my opinion that starts training your ear to like really listen, and as freestylers, the best way and especially if you're at a jam or you're on an event and you don't really know the song, the ability to listen and kind of to find the nuances within the track is going to be pretty helpful. So that's that answer. So next question is my 9-year-old asked to take ballet lessons. After 6 months, she is no longer interested. I feel she needs to make a commitment till the end. Therefore, I won't allow her to quit mid-year. What can I do to make her interested in it again? That's a parenting question, because I can totally relate as a parent. I think speaking, I guess, from parent to parent, like, you acknowledge that your child doesn't like it, because your child is an individual with their own interests, but their interests are going to be all over the place at this point. But you acknowledge that, but you also have to acknowledge that there is a commitment that you guys agreed to. Then it would be good to finish it out. Finish what you start. That's what I would say. Can't force interests on other people. My son isn't exactly that interested in dancing or in breaking in general. I've taught him some moves, when you see me do some stuff, but I try not to force it on him. I want him to more discover it for himself, the joy of dancing, like how I discovered it, because I feel like if I try to force him the knowledge that I have, I feel like he's not going to really appreciate it, or it might even push him away from it. So I think, in terms of them trying to get them interested in it again, we'll see what happens at the end of the commitment, if they find the joy in it again. if not, you know, just let them, you know, take the gas off the pedal and just let them, you know, rediscover it at a later time. Because, you know, like I said, the more you for me, I feel like if you force the issue, I feel like you're just going to push them away. That's what I think about that. Oh, that question was from was not from them. Yeah, tough question, really. Like, it's because it's dealing with a person's or a child's interests. So I think, yeah, we'll see you at the end of the. Hey, Mark. See you at the end of the 6 months. Maybe they might, you know, if they're like a traditional, you know, dance school, and they perform for like a recital, maybe they might, you know, get that spark after performing. But if not after that, you know, see how it turns out. Okay. Last question. I'm going through these pretty fast, so. Last question for dance is it a bad idea to pursue dancing as a career? I don't think so. I think pursuing any career without acknowledging the potential, like, not just like this is a dream, obviously the goal that you want to get, but you have to also acknowledge the amount of work that comes with anything. So I don't think it's a foolish thing to pursue. I think it's going to be probably one of the hardest things to pursue, because the reality of it is that it's really a gig-based job, and the kind of like how I was when I was with the animation industry. I was always from gig to gig to gig. So you would be like say you're doing backup dancing, you'd be working with an artist here, an artist, then audition again, another artist, audition again. So you have to really be willing to take not just accept the fact that pay will not ever be stable to the level of a regular corporate job, and be okay with that, but you also have to be ready for the amount of rejection you're going to face, because it's so competitive. And it's not just the talent that a lot of agencies or casting directors are looking for. You have to have a certain look that fits the profile of what they're trying to film or what they're trying to shoot. And I felt that way in my recent project, because I recently directed, being a dancer, there was certain looks and styles of dance that I was looking for, and it's just you know, it's sometimes you have to. There's things that you got to keep in mind. So you have when you're going to auditions, you have to know who you're auditioning for, so you can tailor your look or your dance execution according to that. And you have to be really good at networking, so you can build the relationships needed to get these other opportunities. So it's really really a hustle in terms of that type of, I'd say, professional dancing. There's many ways to pursue, I say, quote unquote professional dancing. You can be just a choreographer, submitting how artists would be performing their music on stage. There's other ways, such as being owning a dance studio. Other ways are being a professor. So there's a lot of ways to approach it, in my opinion. I would say the traditional industry way of being in the entertainment industry is a hustle. And right now, since dancing in general, I think, from my perspective of it, dancers are still severely underpaid, and groups like Dancers Alliance are trying to fight for us to get the equal pay that they should be getting. It is a great thing, because that means in the future dancers will probably are more likely to get the pay that they deserve. But at this moment, you know, I've heard that even Beyonce's dancers didn't get paid that much. I think it was less than $300 as far as I know. I could be wrong. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just stuff I've heard. Cool? So it's not a bad idea. Just be ready for the hustle, like to work your ass off. So, and I have friends who made it. You just have to be. I think your level of perseverance has to be, and the want and drive for it. Hey, Phil, has to be much higher than the amount of rejection and the amount of shit that comes your way. Like, easier said than done. Cool. So that's that question. Cool. So So huge shout out to everyone's been on people on Instagram right now. Phil, Rosanna, Mark, my best friend, hopping on. Shouts out to everyone on YouTube and Facebook. I wish your names popped up as easily, as quickly as the ones on Instagram. So, yeah, if you guys got any questions, feel free. Hey, Mike, if you guys got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. So before I get into the next round of questions, I just want to do a quick promo of my second YouTube channel. A new vlog just came out. I'm super backlogged. I'm barely finishing stuff from 2019, but check it out. Links in the description on Instagram right here, and for those of you guys on YouTube, it should be down below in the description. Okay, so this is the second channel is pretty much just showing you guys like behind the scenes stuff in rehearsals, business meetings, family life, behind the scenes performances. So like I said, everything's in the link in the bio or in the description down below. The next next round of questions is going to be around marketing. So some of you guys may or may not know, I run a marketing agency. We're going to the 4th year into business. So, and I think we're kicking ass compared to where we were 4 years ago. So, aside from the questions on dance, aside from the questions I get about dance, I get a lot of questions about like how to build a personal brand. I had a discussion about this with one of my friends last night about how, like, you know, she's an amazing choreographer. Like, she's, I think, beasted in terms of the opportunities that she's getting, but her online presence or personal brand online is like practically non-existent. And I think, you know, with someone of her level, her caliber of talent and the body of work she's done, I think she would be blowing up even more, in my opinion, if she was more consistent online. So I finally convinced her to get a TikTok and start posting more on LinkedIn, because the types of gigs she's doing, you know, Instagram's cool. You know, it's a good place, portfolio place, like to show off your stuff, you know, and it's key for a lot of like auditions to get booking considerations. But now that it's so saturated, I guess I'm gonna consider this as the first question. Now that it's so saturated, I think it's gonna be harder to really stand out in a sense, unless you like, you know, you do something completely different, like really out there. TikTok, I think, is great because the demo is young. It'd be especially if she's going to be promoting any of her classes or workshops, it'll work in that sense. And obviously the people that she's trying to pitch her ideas to are going to be on LinkedIn, which is more like what she's focusing on this year, is a bit more on the professional corporate type of it. She's trying to pitch to people who own certain companies, and I think her reach would just make sense if she posted her content on LinkedIn targeting those people. So Instagram, again, it's cool to be flashy, cool to like show off your work and get some validation, but in terms of the audience that she's focusing on, those are the two I think she needs to be on. Yeah. So first question on social media marketing is, how do I create the first perfect Facebook ad? I feel like this is a pretty general question that I don't know why I kept that. Okay, so the perfect Facebook ad, I think, doesn't exist, but I think you can tailor your message as best you can the more you know about your audience. So if you are targeting, I don't know, because I'm a Laker fan, and I'm a dancer as well, and say you're selling merch, surrounded on that, like, I don't know, you can target me, a dancer who's a Laker fan. You know, it can be, I don't know, a purple and gold jersey, but it's of your dance studio. So I'm just like pulling shit out of my ass now as an example, and you can specifically target the demographic of, like, I don't know, 25 to I don't know. I didn't hear anything about Kobe. So between 25 to 34. And target to it specifically towards that demo. What I'm doing with one of my current clients, they're in the dental industry, which is not exactly a very wide group, but it's super niche. So what we've been doing is we have we have images that are tailoring to people who are dentists. And if you live in Miami, who like the Miami Dolphins, I could be wrong. Or Miami Heat, one of those teams. We catered our images to have those sports team colors, and we segmented it so it's dentists, Miami Dolphins, dentists, but also has to like the Miami Heat. So, or is it? I feel like I'm mixing up the names, but I know basketball better than football. So, yeah, we're segmenting that, and the conversions are doing a lot better because earlier this month, the sales weren't doing that good. So I'd say the better the better you know your audience, the better you can tailor your message and your creative towards them. That's what I think creates a perfect ad. It's like gives you real understanding of the audience. So when I have a tendency to go into like really long examples, but hopefully you guys are getting it. Okay. So next question, my friend, I'm super curious about what happened with Kobe. What happened with Kobe Bryant? What? No. What? Kobe apparently is dead. Holy shit. Okay. I don't know how we can. Okay. This is kind of crazy. Okay. Shit. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna get back to that. I'm just like shocked with what just happened. I'm gonna like take on like 3 more questions because like I committed to doing this Q&A Sunday thing, but also like I'm kind of taken aback with what I just read about Kobe Bryant. So I guess if you guys are hopping on and don't know the news, if it's your first time, actually this is Q&A Sunday. I'm answering your questions, but I also just looked at the news that that Kobe Bryant just died. And I guess I want to take a quick moment of silence for respect. Shit. Okay, so those of you guys who don't know Kobe Bryant, he was a professional basketball player from my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers, 5-time championship. One of my hugest inspirations of hard work, hustle, killer instinct mentality in terms of going after for what you want. And my condolences to the Bryant family, but I'm gonna answer like 3 more questions like I said and cut it off here. So Jesus. Okay. So next question on social media marketing is, I'm a 22-year-old freelancer. How much time should I spend getting new projects, marketing, and doing actual work? Which is websites, apps, I guess, which is what he does. Yeah, that's true. I appreciate you understanding, Jazz. Yeah. I'm actually gonna cut it off here. I appreciate you guys understanding because this is like, yeah. I'm gonna go text some people and kind of process this. As I'll continue next Sunday, I promise. Pick up on this last question. I appreciate you guys hopping on. If you guys like this, you guys know what to do. But I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna get ready, and yeah. Appreciate you guys being on here. And wherever you guys are, with whoever it is or with someone you love, text them today. Tell them you love them. I don't know. I'm a lost for words right now, but I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys next Sunday for the Q&A Sunday, and take care, guys. Love you guys, love your friends, family, and I'll see you guys soon.